Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is Nazir Sofi and today we are going to talk about industries. Industries is the 5th chapter of Geography book of class 8th. So let's talk about this chapter. So we'll start with defining the term industry itself. So industry refers to the economic activity that deals with the production of goods like iron and steel industry, extraction of minerals like coal mining industry that deals with extraction of coal, or the provision of services like the tourism industry or education. So coming to the main topic of this chapter, which is classification of industries. So as you can see on the board, it's been displayed there. So we can classify industries in variety of ways. There are a number of ways in which we can classify industries. For example, at the top level, we classify industry in accordance with the, three sector theory into different sectors. For example, primary sector, secondary sector, or tertiary sector. Primary sector involves extraction and agriculture. Secondary sector involves manufacturing. So manufacturing means the activities that convert raw material into the finished products. And the third tertiary sector involves the production of services. So, but here at this level in class 8th, as per your textbook, we are going to classify industries on the basis of three things. Number one, as you can see, raw material. Number two, size. And number three, ownership. So on the basis of raw material, we can have four types of industries. We classify industries as agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, marine-based industries, and forest-based industries. So talking about the this agro-based industries, we have the these industries actually use the agricultural based products as their raw material. For example, we have industries like food processing. We have industries like that deals with the production of tea, that deals with the production of sugar, that deals with the production of cotton textile, and so on. So now coming to the mineral-based industries, this is one of the types of the industries based on the raw material. So mineral-based industries are those industries which actually use the mineral ores as their raw material. These are called the primary industries or the feeder industries because the products of this industry are used by other industries as raw material. So for example, we have industry like iron and steel industry, we have industry like petrochemicals, we have cement industry as the examples of the mineral-based industries. Okay, moving forward, we have another type of the industry based on the raw material, and that is the marine-based industries. Marine-based industries actually are those industries that use the products from the sea or the ocean as their raw material. For example, we have industries like that manufactures the fish oil, or that industries processing seafood. So these are the marine-based industries. So coming to the fourth type of industry based on raw material, and it is the forest-based industries. As the name suggests, forest-based industries use forest produce as raw material. So we have industries like we have furniture producing venture, so that's the forest-based this industry. We have pulp and paper mill, so that's also a forest-based industry, and we have so many other forest-based industries around. So we can also classify industries on the basis of size. So earlier I talked about the classification of industries on the basis of raw material. Now we'll classify industries on the basis of size. So when I say size refers to the amount of capital invested the number of people employed, and the volume of production. So taking these factors into consideration, we can classify industries as small-scale industries and large-scale industries. So as far as the small-scale industries are concerned, so we have these industries actually use lesser amount of capital, and the technology used is not so superior, and the production in these industries is very small, and these employ less number of people compared to the large industries. So we have industries like silk processing industry as the this small scale industry, or we have actually the other industries also, like cottage industries, which also are part of the small scale industries. These cottage industries, I can give you examples, certain examples, like we have the carpet weaving, pottery, embroidery. So these are the cottage industries, which are actually the small scale industries. So now talking about the large scale industries. So large scale industries, as you can see, these use actually a huge amount of capital, and the technology used is very superior, and the production in these industries is very huge, and they employ a good number of people. As far as the examples of the large scale industries are concerned, so we have industries like iron and steel industry. We have industry like textile industry as the large scale industry. So we have also the IT industry, which is one of the largest industries in the world. So so far we are done with the classification of industries on the basis of two things only. One is the raw material, and second one is the size. So on the basis of size, we classified industries as small scale and large scale industries. Now coming to the third criterion, and that is the ownership. So on the basis of ownership, we classify industries as the public sector industry, private sector industries, we have the joint sector industries, and we have cooperative sector industries. So now defining them one by one, first I said public sector industries. Public sector industries are those industries that are owned and operated by the government. For example, we have industries like Steel Authority of India. That's one of the examples of the public sector industries. There's no rocket science in it. So public sector industries are those industries that are controlled, that are owned, that are managed by the government. So we have like Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, so is another example of the private sector industry. So coming to the public sector industry, coming to the another type based on the ownership, we have private sector industries. Private sector industries are those industries which are owned, controlled and operated by private individuals or group of individuals. For example, we have so many these industries these days around. So we have Al Tahur Spices, which is one of the good brands here in Kashmir. We have Tisco, Tata Iron and Steel Company. So that's also a privately owned company. So we have Dabur Industries. We have other industries which are privately owned. So coming to the next, the third type of the industry based on the ownership, so that is the joint sector industries. Joint sector industries are those industries that are jointly owned by the state and the individuals or group of individuals. So we have an example like Maruti Udyog, that is one of the joint sector industry. So then we have the cooperative sector industries. Cooperative sector industries are those industries that are operated, owned by the producers or the suppliers of raw material or workers or both. For example, we have Amul, Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudhar Dairies as examples of the, these are the successful examples of the cooperative venture. So we are done with the classification of industries. Now we'll move forward and talk about the other topic that we have in our book, and that is factors affecting the location of the industries. So as you can see on the board, the factors that, or the determinants you can call them, that determine the location of the industries, the factors that determine the location of the industries. For example, if I'm planning to set up an industry, so what are the factors that I have to take into consideration while establishing an industry? So these factors are the availability of raw material, land, water, labor, power, capital, transport, and market. And we establish our industries are located where these factors, or some of these factors, or all of these factors are easily available. Sometimes government provides incentives like subsidized power. It provides, government at times provides subsidized power or low transport cost or other infrastructure, so that the industries are located in the backward areas, because often the industrialization leads to the development and the growth of towns and the cities. So we are done with the second topic of this chapter as well, and which were the factors affecting the location of the industries. So we have in industrial system, that's one of the topics in our textbook. So industrial system consists of three important components, and these are inputs, processes, and outputs. So inputs may include the transport, raw material, land, machinery, and other technology that we use in order to produce or process things. And as far as the processes are concerned, so these are the activities that convert the raw material into the finished products. And coming to the outputs, so outputs are actually the end products and the income earned from it. Output that output means the end product of the processes, the industrial processes, the end product that we finally have in the form of the finished products. So, and the income that we earn out of it. So this is industrial system. We have next topic, that is the industrial regions in the world. So when a number of industries are located close to each other and they share the benefits of their closeness, they make industrial regions. So industrial regions of the world are Eastern North America, Eastern Europe, Central Europe, Western Europe, and Eastern Asia. So for example, if we talk about the industrial regions in India, so we have regions like Mumbai, Pune cluster, we have Bangalore, Pune cluster, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region, we have Hooghly region, we have Ahmedabad, Baroda region, we have Chota Nagpur industrial belt, we have Visakhapatnam, Guntur belt, we have Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region, and we have Kollam, Thiruvananthapuram belt. So with this, we conclude today's lecture. So we talked about three important things. One, the classification of industries. Then we talked about the factors that influence the location of industries. And then we also talked about industrial system and also the industrial regions of the world and India. So that's all for now. Take care. Allah Hafiz.